welcome to the last day of Legends! Is that a yes in a good way or a bad way? Either way, we don't care. Okay, it is giveaway time, and of course we could not finish Legends without having someone legendary to finish us off. So please, put your hands together and make some noise for the one, the only, Mr. Phil Starr!
Kiss me goodnight. From this moment on, you and I, babe, will be riding high, babe. Every care has gone from this moment on. Now you got the love that I need so much. You got the skin of fakir that I'd love to touch. You got the arms to hold me tight. You got the sweet lips to kiss me goodnight. From this moment on, you and I, babe, will be riding high, babe. Every care has gone from this moment. Must have been 2 or 3 coaches today, mustn't there? Oh. Well, welcome to the last day at Legends. Oh dear. You should have given us a hammer, we'd have all helped knock the bloody place. What is the governor going to do now? Poor old Mother Chapman. Oh, I think we should have 3 minutes silence for her, don't you? Poor old tarts. Nothing for 10 months she's not going to earn. Still, there's always the big issue, isn't there? I can see her standing outside Brighton station. You know. But of course, I mean, we've all got to look for jobs. I mean, all the bar staff and everything, all out of work we are. All the acts, poor Maisie's got no fucking work when she comes home. Oh, it's a bit too old for Churchill Square now. Poor old tarts. She said to me the other day, she said, how do you think I'm looking these days? I said, I think you're looking marvellous. She said, I'm thinking of spending £5,000 on a facelift. I said, you silly cow, it's a waste of money. I mean, how do you know it's going to look worse than the one you've already had? I remember last year when, work wasn't so good at the beginning of the year, and she said to me, I've got a lovely job, she said, cleaning windows. So I said, well, that's a novelty dish, would you help me? So I said, what do you want me to do? She said, I've got my first job, Selfridges in Oxford Street. I said, well, he said, right up there. She said, oh, yes, she said. I said, well, I'm not going up the ladder. She said, oh, I'll go up if you hold the ladder underneath. So I went up to Selfridges, she shinned up that ladder, she did. She's cleaning the windows, all of a sudden the governor of Selfridges arrived. And he looked up, he said, get her down here straight away. And she come down the ladder, he said, how dare you clean windows on this wonderful old building here, Selfridges in Oxford Street, and you've got no knickers on. She said, knickers on the money you're paying us. He said, here's £20, go and get yourself a pair. I thought, fucking right, 20 quid. I thought, I'm going up tomorrow, you know. Oh, I wasn't so bothered about the heights on Tuesday. So I went right up the ladder on the job, got up there, all was swinging about on that ladder, window to window, and the governor came out, he said, get her down. Get her down. So I came down, he said, I thought I told you yesterday, don't clean windows on this room, you've got no knickers on. I said, knickers on the money you pay me? He said, here's 50p, you go and get a hairnet. And I mean, it's not easy, is it, to find jobs these days? I mean, I remember going down to that job centre, you know. I mean, they have all those funny jobs in there you can never do, don't they? Either you're too young or too old. So I said to the girl, I said, you got anything going for sort of my age group? Round about the 30s, you know. So she said, well, we've got a little job going at one of the local factories. I said, how many is going for it? If there's 400, I'm not going to bother to go. She said, there's yourself and 2 women. I thought, oh, we'll stand a chance. So we all 3 trooped down there together. And the governor said to the first woman, he said, what do you do for a living? She said, well, she said, actually, she said, I'm a sock tucker. So he said, I have never heard of that before. She said, oh yes, she said, I work in a hosiery factory. And all the socks come along on a conveyor belt, you see. And I'm the one on the end that puts the staple in the socks, tucks them under, ready for packing. He said, well, do you know, you've opened my eyes, you really have. He said, and to the second one, he said, what do you do? She said, I'm a cork socker. So he said, what the hell's that? She said, I work in a distillery. And all the wines come along, and she said, I'm the one there on the end, and they give me a little mallet and a cork. And I put the cork in the top of the bottle and sock it in, you see. And they call me a cork socker. So he said, really? And he turned to me and said, what do you do? I said, I'm what you thought the other 2 were. To the moon and let me sit among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fly me to the moon and let me sit among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. I read in the paper the other day, you know, ways of making money. And, you know, I was most surprised because, you know, a lot of fellas, especially male students, go in for these sperm banks, don't they? No, they pay you for your services. I never knew that. When I think of what I've let slip through my fingers. Honest. Only last week they were advertising for volunteers. 3 fellas volunteered from where I live, you know. 2 of them came on the bus and 1 of them missed the tube, you know. And talking about the tube, you know, transport, isn't transport dreadful these days? Do you know, I went down the bus stop the other morning and I must admit, I sort of got ready ever so quick. I was only going down to do a bit of shopping, you know. We didn't fucking want you anyway. And I was only going to do a bit of shopping, so I just threw on this old skirt I picked up out of the wardrobe, and it's one of those long skirts with the buttons down the back, you know. It was so old-fashioned it was, you know. I thought it would do for Churchill Square, you see. And I stood at the bus stop, and all of a sudden my bus came along. And fortunately, I tried to get my foot up on that sort of, you know, running board, whatever you call it. I couldn't. The skirt was too tight. So I bent down quick and undid a button and I tried to get me foot. I still couldn't get it on. So people waiting behind. I thought that I undid 3 more buttons. So I still couldn't get my foot up there. Well, the fella behind me lifted me up and put me on. Oh, I said, thanks ever so much. He said, no, thank you. They were my buttons you were undoing. Thing, you know. So I haven't lost that much weight. And it's a strange thing because as I was waiting for the bus, you know, this woman came off the bus, you know, and she rushed past me, and I noticed at the corner of my eye she had one of her boobs exposed. And I thought, oh, poor soul, she probably doesn't know. So I put it as politely as I could. I said, hey, missus, do you know one of your tits is hanging out? Oh, she sort of left that fucking baby on the bus again. And it's surprising things that happen at bus stops, you know, because the other day I was stood there, I stood behind this woman and I thought, that's strange. She had a tampon behind her ear. I said, excuse me. I said, you know you've got a tampon behind your ear? Oh, she said, thanks ever so much. I wonder what I've done with the hearing aid. And he just, very nice fellow stood next to me, he was, and it suddenly came to rain, that very fine rain, and he tapped me on the, real city gent type, and he tapped me on the shoulder and said, would you mind if I put my umbrella up? I said, no, as long as you don't open it. And you know, as I went up the stairs, you know, the conductor looked straight at my skirt like that, you know, and I could see him looking. I said, what are you looking at? He said, I can see the moon. I said, you should have seen it last night, there was a man in it. Thank you very much, dear. And you should know. Don't fuck with pillars. And you know, I mean, everybody, I admire anybody that can find a job, you know, to earn some money. And I was down Brighton Market, the one by the station, all some time ago, you know. And I saw this big crowd, so I sort of worked my way through the crowd, and it was a faith healer. Now, I don't believe in it, I really don't believe in it. I mean, they touch you on the shoulder and you get better. You know, that's stupid, isn't it? And anyway, all these people were enthralled. Do you know, this fellow walked in on crutches, and this faith healer said, no, if I touch him on the shoulder, and he truly believes, he said he will throw those crutches away and walk away from this crowd. And he did. touched him on the shoulder, and the fella said, I believe, and he walked away. I thought, what's a load of crap, you know. And this woman, she came and said, excuse me, she said, she obviously couldn't see. And he said, now, this lady and I have never seen each other, because she can't see. Can you, Mary? And she said, no, we've never met before. He said, if I touch her on the shoulder and she truly believes, she will be able to see again. And he touched her on the shoulder, she said, I believe, is that a number 7 bus coming? I thought, I've never seen anything like it in my life. Well, all of a sudden, this fella came across him like that in a wheelchair. He said, if I touch you on the shoulder, you'll be out of that chair in 2 seconds. He said, fuck off, I'm on disability.
No, that is it. That is great.
I don't know, it's a strange thing really, because always on, when places open, you know, you get a venue open, you get a big crowd in, don't you? Want to see what it's like. And when it's closing, they all come in to sort of throw a wreath on it, don't they? You know, they do. Isn't it strange how people turn out for a closing? Have you noticed that? It's most strange, most strange. And I've said to the governor, you'll earn a bomb if you close every day. Think of the money you'd earn. And I don't know, is it a celebration to close with all the balloons? Is it? Do you celebrate a closing then? What do you use for the opening then? In parachutes? Yes. Oh, I once did a parachute jump, you know. This is a request. And I requested it. And now I once did a parachute for charity, you know. I wasn't going to do it because I don't like heights. But the fellow said to me, it's very simple. It's like jumping out of bed. So I said, really? He said, yes. He said, all you do, he said, it's very, very simple. When we get up to a certain height, don't go up as high as an airliner. Don't go that high. It's not 35,000 feet, you know. You only go up a little way. And he said, when you get to a certain height, he said, we tap you on the shoulder and you just jump out. Just jump. He said, and you'll float. Count to 3, just pull that little cord there and the parachute will go up and you'll land like a little feather. I said, are you sure? He said, don't worry about it. So I thought, well, I'll do it for charity, you know. So we got up in this plane and all of a sudden he said, we're getting ready, we're at the right height, and he opened the door and the fucking wind whistled in like that. Oh, I thought, I'm never jumping out there. So he said, make your way to the door. So I very gingerly went to the door and I looked out. I thought, oh my God, it's a long way up in there. And yeah, I was like, it's not like jumping out of bed. And while I'm thinking it, he pushed me. Well, I went out upside down. And first I'm hurtling through the other. What on earth did he tell me to pull? And I can't be that, I haven't got time for that. And well, you go faster and faster. Oh, I was hurtling towards the earth. Well, all of a sudden, as I looked across, there was a woman going up. I said, excuse me, missus. I said, do you know anything about parachutes? She said, oh, no. Do you know anything about gas cookers? No one to walk with, all by myself. No one to talk with, I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my life for you. I know for certain, Starr today, and I've said before I came on that I would do any request that people ask, and as I yes, all right, darling, we'll say that.
Come up to the pillar.
The what, darling? All right, darling, yes, not too many at once, dear. I haven't got that good a memory. But my number one, as I was coming through the door, somebody said, would you do the carrot gag? So I had to think for a minute. I thought, what did I do with the carrots? I couldn't quite remember. But anyway, it was because one of our local sweet and tobacco shops, you know, the other day he was getting his papers ready for delivery on a Sunday morning it was, and all of a sudden a 6-foot rabbit walked in. 6 foot it was. And the governor of the place, he was used to anything, you know, so he looked up and he said to the rabbit, can I help you? And the rabbit said, could I have a pound of carrots, please? He said, I'm sorry, we don't sell carrots. This is a newspaper shop. We only sell newspapers and cigarettes. So he said, oh, and he went out. 10 minutes later, he's still marking the papers. The parrot. And the rabbit. He walked in again, so he looked up and he said, is it you again? And the rabbit said, yes, could I have a pound of carrots, please? He said, I told you 10 minutes ago we don't sell carrots, only newspapers and cigarettes. And the rabbit said, oh. And he went out again. Third time he comes in, and the bloke said, I don't believe this. He said, what do you want this time? He said, could I have a pound of carrots, please? He said, listen, if you ask for a pound of carrots once again, I'm going to get some 6-inch nails and a hammer, and I'm going to hammer you to that bloody ceiling. And the rabbit said, oh. And he went out. You're not going anywhere, are you? He went out. A few minutes later, he walked in again, and the fella said, oh my God, he said, what now? He said, excuse me, he said, do you sell 6-inch nails? He said, no, we don't. He said, I've got a pound of carrots then. Stupid, isn't it? And of course, I had a request for the gun. Answer it here quick. Might be a booking. No, I said I'd do all requests, and I heard somebody say the gun under the pillow. That was you, was it? Yes, you would want that carpet gag. It is coarse. And no, it's because a friend of mine that lives down the road, very nice fella, and he said, you know, Phyllis, I know I can talk to you, he said, because you're used to all sorts of problems and that, being that you've been through them all. He said, have you got anything you can suggest for premature ejaculation? Now, I had to think about that. I didn't know what it meant for a start. When he told me, I said, oh, you don't have to worry about that. I said, it's probably all in the mind. That's what they say anyway. Nothing wrong with you, just all in the mind. So he said, but it's beginning to be a sort of problem with me and my girlfriend. So I said, well, I can only tell you what my brother-in-law did. I said, he suffered with that. And what he did was, somebody advised him to get a starting pistol. He said, what's that got to do with it? I said, well, what he did was, he put it under his pillow, and when him and his missus got to bed, when he thought he wasn't going to last any longer, he put his hand under the pillow, and he shot the starting pistol, and it startled him so much, it kept him in check. He started all over again. Lasted another 10 minutes. He said, well, that's a bit of good advice. So he went to the shop and he got a starting pistol. And that evening, his girlfriend phoned. She said, are you coming round, Charlie? He said, yes, I am. So he thought, well, I'm taking that starting pistol with me. So he got round to her house and she said, I know what the problem is, darling, don't you worry about it. I've thought of something different tonight. We won't do the missionary position tonight. Have you ever thought of suicidal nerve? He said, what the hell's that? She said, it's called Tops and Tails. 69. Oral sex. Oh, he said, we'll try that then. So they got on the bed, tops and tails, and all of a sudden he thought, I'm not going to last. I'm not going to last another minute. And he put his hand underneath the pillow and he fired the stone and bang! Well, she shit all over the pillow. She bit 2 inches off his dick. And the fella come out the wardrobe with his hands up. And the other one follows on from there. And that is in a pub one night, 2 fellas were talking, and one said to the other, he said, "You having another drink, Fred?" He said, "No, I'm not. Got to be home." He said, "Wife likes me to be in before she goes to bed. She's frightened of being on her own." He said, "Oh, but you're in, pet." He said, "I know, but I don't want to cause any trouble." He said, "Why did you do what I do?" He said, "What's that?" He said, "I drink as much as I like." He said, "I'll get pissed as a newt." He said, "I'll stagger home." He said, "If she's already gone to bed, I'll creep up the stairs. I'll get in the bedroom, I lift up the end of the duvet, put my head underneath. Oral sex, she don't say a minute. Not a fucking thing she don't say. Time, if I can last about 10 minutes, you know." And she's well happy. So he said, "Oh, I'll try that." So he got absolutely legless. And he staggered home and he opened the door very quietly, crept up the stairs, went in the bedroom, got on the end of the duvet, head underneath, oral sex. About 5 minutes he'd had his lot. And he went into the bathroom and there was his wife washing her hair. She said, "Shh, I've let mother have our bedtime." It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy things, one of those bells that now and then ring, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous nights, a trip to the moon on Castle Wing, just one of those things. Thought of bits at the end of it when we started painting the town. We'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we'd meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. One of those things, just one of those crazy things, one of those bells that now and then ring, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous nights, a trip to the moon on Castle Wing, just one of those things. At the end of it, when we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we'd meet now and then, 'cause it was great fun, but it was just one. Now I have a little message, darling. Yes, I see the tape was fucking empty, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it'd have been kitty litter on, there'd have been 3 drinks on there, wouldn't there, dear? Very kind of you, Brian. I mean, I know you're not used to opening your purse, but J2O with no ice cream, they'll probably give it to you at the bar. They're giving all the drinks away today. They can't get the sack, they're already fucking getting it, aren't they? Who cares there's not enough left for tonight? That's, it's, no, I was just going to say before that took out, what happened there, dear? Somebody drank the helium. Sniffed it, I think. They've stuck to the ceiling. And, Banter, you know, it's very nice to do requests. When people shout out requests to you, you know, somebody said fuck off the other night. I said, no, I don't do requests. And, but I do, of course, requests that I'm asked for. And, of course, I've always done this number throughout the years that I've been here. And, oh, I know, why did you have to mention it? It's, well, it's very fitting at the moment, isn't it? I mean, all the eastern countries are so much in the news, you know. But I feel that, you know, I mean, I've got some neighbours, you know, they're sort of eastern extraction. I don't know which country they come from. But I was talking to her the other day, she's got an 18-year-old son. And I said, what's your son going to be when he leaves school? She said, he's training to be a suicide bomber. Yes. What did I know? They blow up so quickly these days. It's terrible. So this is the old bazaar in Cairo. Asked me to go out to Iraq, especially to do that. Sandbags, windbags, camels with the hump, thin girls, fat girls, some a little plump. Old queen sold here 50 a lump in the old bazaar in Cairo. Brandy, shandy, beer without a froth, braces, laces, a candle for the moth. Bet you look a smasher with an old loincloth in the old bazaar in Cairo. You can buy most anything, thimbles, back cards, a little bit of string. You can purchase anything you wish, a clock, a dish, and something for your auntie Nelly hair and scare 'em. What you think of that? Barely striptease dancing on the mat. Oopa, that's enough of that in the old bazaar in Cairo. All together. You did do well. Rice pud, very good, what's it all about? They put it in the kettle and they couldn't get it out. Everybody took a turn to suck it through the spout in the old bazaar in Cairo. Samadam, Ramadan, everything in style. Genuine Bedouin carpets with a pile. Funny little odds and ends floating down the Nile from the old bazaar in Cairo. You can buy most anything, thimbles, fat cows, a little bit of string. You can purchase anything you wish, a clock, a dish, and something for your auntie Nelly. Yash, rats, pontifex, a little bit of it. Stoppers, poppers, anything you wish. You can get a blowjob or have it up the ditch in the old bazaar in Cairo. You know, out in the east, when I was out there, when I went to India, I was absolutely fascinated. I went into one of these Indian markets, and the thing that took my attention, they had an Indian fakir. It is a fakir, isn't it? It's a fakir. Well, same thing, but it's a fakir, you see. A fakir, yes. I get the pronunciation right. And they're ever so good, you know, they sort of walk on glass and they swallow fire and all that sort of thing. And the thing that absolutely fascinated me was, he had this basket in front of him, he got out this little pipe, and he played this simple little tune like, la, 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 and this basket opened up, the top came off, and a piece of rope, fucking great big piece of rope came out. And the more he played, la, 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 it went up and up and up like that. Well, I was fascinated. And I said to him afterwards, because he spoke ever so good English, for the purpose of the gag, and I said, that pipe, I said, it is magic. I said, clearly. I said, tell me, I said, if you play that pipe, you know, but the way that piece of chord came up, you know, does everything come up like that, you know, if you play that tune? So he said, yes, you learn the little tune, he said, and take a pipe home with you. He said, it'll work on anything at all. So I thought, when that happened? And the old man ain't been performing well, man. So I said, you wouldn't let me buy one of those, but he said, certainly. So I bought this pipe and I got it home. And, oh, it was fun. It was one rainy morning, you know. It looked rotten out. I thought, I won't bother to do the washing, you know. And he was snoring next to me, and I thought, oh, one is asleep. Perhaps I'll try that pipe out, you see. Don't have to be awake while you're playing, you see. And it's called self-service, you know. So I got this little pipe out the wardrobe, and I played la da 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 da. I didn't play quite as much as that, but and I saw a stirring in the sheets. Oh, I thought, oh. So I did play a bit more next. And I went la 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 la, and it came right up, started coming up. And the more I played, the more it came up, like I couldn't believe my eyes. Oh, I whipped off the sheet, and there was his pyjama cord right. I said to him, I said, you know, you're losing all your sex appeal and everything. I said, there's something wrong with you. Why don't you go to the doctors? So he said, well, I think I will. So he went there and they said, you should see a sex therapist. And he said, well, what will she say? He said, well, pop along and see her. So he went, it was only 2 doors away. And he went to see, oh, you're in. And he went, that was only 2 days ago. And he went in to see the sex therapist, and she said, it's easy. What he's done, he's lost his sexual rhythm. She said, what are you talking about, sexual rhythm? He said, a sexual rhythm. And he said to this fellow, all you've got to do, he said, every day, only take a couple of seconds, he said, you put 20p there, 20p there, try and stick them on as much as you can, lick them and stick them on, you see. 50p in your navel and £1 down your knickers. And every day for a few minutes stand in front of the mirror in the bedroom and do 20p, 20p, 50p, £1. 20p, 20p, 50p, £1. So he did. He did it every day religiously, except one, and he got up late, you know, and he went to work. And he came home again, and his wife said, where are you going? He said, I've got to go up the bedroom, He said, I forgot to do the exercise this morning. She said, all right, whatever exercise you're doing. So he got in front of the mirror, 20p, 20p, 50p, £1. And she happened to be passing the bedroom door. She said, what the fuck are you doing? He said, I'm trying to get back my sexual rhythm. She said, don't bother with all that trash. She said, get on that bed and I'll give you sexual rhythm. And well, he started going, and she was doing ever so well, and he thought, well, I'll do the exercise, you see, 20p, 20p, 50p, £1, 20p. She said, could you go a bit faster, she said, 20p, 20p, 50p, £1, 20p, faster, she said, fucking faster, 20p, 20p, she said, faster, he said, oh, fuck it, 190, 190. I've loved before, who travelled in and out my door. I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the boys I've loved before. To all the boys I once held, and may I say I've held the best. For helping me to grow, I owe a lot, I know, to all the boys I've loved before. The winds of change are always blowing, and every time I try to stay, change continue blowing, and they just carried me away. To all the boys who shared my life, I never ever was their wife. I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the boys I've loved before. To all the boys who cared for me, who shared my nights of ecstasy. They'll live within my heart. I'll always be a part of all the boys I've loved before. The winds of change are always blowing, and every time I try to shake, the winds of change continue blowing, and they just carry me away. To all the boys we've loved before, who traveled in and out our door, we are glad they came along. We dedicate this song to all the boys we've loved before. To all the boys we've loved before, who traveled in and out our door, we are glad they came along. We dedicate this song to all the boys we've loved before. They've asked me. I always get requests to do gags that I don't particularly want to do, because I feel that I've done them so often, you know. But I suppose because they remember them, I suppose. It's a gag that sticks in your mind. But I promise to do anything. Yet, oh, that fucking donkey gag! I'm trying to get away with that, and that even bores me. And. No, and this one is because a lot of people say, and you'll know what gag's coming up when I say that, a lot of people ask me, they say, where'd you get the wig done? Yes. And I always say, I've got a lovely hairdresser that does my wig. Oh, she's ever so sweet. She really is ever so sweet. But the trouble is, you sit in the chair, she does nothing but talk all the time. She's the nosiest cow I've ever met. And 2 years ago, I've got to tell you, I'm sat in the chair, and she said to me, "You're going on holiday?" Because she talks like that, you see. So I said, yes, I'm going to Italy in a couple of weeks' time. She said, "Oh, you'll fucking hate it." I said, "What do you mean I'll hate it?" "Oh," she said, "we went last year, oh, it was awful, it rained all the time." She said, "All those old buildings crumbling to bits." She said, "Got me nerves." And she said, "The food, I could have been sick before I ate it." I said, "Oh, you were disappointed then." So I said, "Surely there must have been some pluses." I said, "Did you see the Pope?" "Oh, only just," she said. "We went along to see him, millions of people there," she said. "And you know, he was up on a balcony." She said, "I never knew," she said, "he's only that big, you know." Oh, you stupid cat. 5 weeks later, I went back in to get my hair done again, and I'm sat in the chair. "Oh," she said, "did you go on holiday?" I said, "I told you I was going to Italy." She said, "Oh, horrible, wasn't it?" I said, "No, it was wonderful." I said, "The weather was gorgeous, food was lovely, all those old buildings, the architecture, we loved every minute of it." She said, "Did you see the Pope?" I said, "Yes, we did." "That big, isn't he?" I said, "No, he's not that fucking big." I said, "He was on a balcony." I said, "But he got off the balcony." I said, "And he came round in an open-top car." She said, "He didn't." I said, "He did." I said, "And the car stopped right beside me." She said, "He didn't." I said, "He did." I said, "And what's more, the Pope spoke to me." She said, "He never did." I said, "He fucking did." He leaned right out of the car and he said to me, Phyllis, who the fuck did your hair? And I learned this little number in Italy after I'd had my hair done. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo, mambo Italiano, go, go, go. You mix down Siciliano, all you have is to do the mambo like a crazy. Hey mambo, drove on a tarantella, hey mambo, and no more a mozzarella, hey mambo, mambo Italiano, giant chaladala like a dish of bacalala with a hey gumba. I love how you dance rumba, but take my advice, my asano, learn how to mambo. If you're gonna be a square, you're either gonna go nowhere, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, hey mambo, mambo Italiano, go, go, go. You mix down Siciliano, all you calabaza do the mambo like a crazy. With a mambo Italiano. You mix up Siciliano, all you have is to do the mambo like the crazy. With a mambo Italiano. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've been absolutely marvellous today. You really have. And there's a lady coming that don't see so well. Would you? Excuse me, the handbags don't go with it. You all right? Oh, fuck me, it's you. Oh, you just finished, yeah? You just started. You're a bit early, dear, aren't you? Fucking light, aren't you? It's oh dear, nice to see you anyway, dear. Yes, did you think I'd finished? That's why you came in. It's I was just saying how nice it was to see everybody, you know. Yes. Yeah, I did say that, pardon.
I am sorry I'm late.
You're sorry you're late. Of course you're right, darling. I don't mind. You can't. Pardon? A lot to do. Yes, yes. Well, yes. Can't always judge the time you come on, can you really? No. Lovely to see you anyway, dear. Yes. There's a gentleman over there with a t-shirt with taxidermist on it. So if you want to be, you know, anyway, it's handy, isn't it? Keep forever. I've had a request anyway to finish this spot before it festers with a little message for, obviously, for the governor of Legends and the Hotel Europe, the lovely Tony Chapman, who is not here today. He did say he'd pop in, but unfortunately he's been detained. Yes, Her Majesty's pleasure. Then I said I would have 3 minutes silence for him, but 3 minutes is too long. Fuck him, we won't do that. But we wish the building very, very well, and all the builders are some very good looking builders. Pardon, darling? I couldn't hear that.
The builders.
Was it Miss Royale? Yes. Oh, I should have known, dear. Don't listen to her. We've been asked to finish on this little matter. Yes. It was a big number as well, it was. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up when the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way up of the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I? Can we have a lovely round of applause for a great musician, Mr. John Bruiser? Well, sweet of you, Hilda. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have you done your last scenes yet, Anita? Oh. Well, I've got to tell you, the lovely Miss Hilda Braid is in today. The lovely Nana Moon from East End. And unfortunately, she's reached that age where they've just snuffed her out. Yes, thank you, Charlie. But she's coming back on the X Factor, aren't you? You want to see me legs? Oh, I'm sure the sun will come in. She's a strange woman. I've got a request already, dear. Thank you very much. Yes, and it's to shove something in your mouth. Yes, I fucking won't if you're around. We've had a request because now. Next month I was going to do a special little, when I was here, a little special tribute to a lovely artist that's no longer with us, the lovely Dockyard Doris, you see. Yeah, because it's the anniversary of her passing away next month, and of course we won't be here next month, so we can't do it. So I'm going to sing one of her favourite songs. Now I say it was one of her favourite songs in the kindest way, because it was one she nicked off of me. And she'd laugh if she was here, she really would. And we'd laugh if she was here, and all. This was her favourite song, especially for Auntie Doris, this is. If the sun should tumble from the sky, if the sea should suddenly run dry, if you love me, really love me, let it happen, I won't care. If it seems that everything is lost, I will smile and never count the cost. If you love me, really love me, then whatever happens, I won't care. You can send me any task, I'll do anything you ask. If you want me to, I will. Okay. You can send me any task, I'll do anything you ask. If you love me still. When at last my life on earth is through, I will share eternity with you. If you love me, really love me, then whatever happens, I won't care. Hey, shall I catch a shooting star? Thank you very much. Shall I catch a shooting star? Bring it where you are. If you want me to, I will. You can send me any task, I will even kiss your hand. If you'll only love me still. When I lost my life on earth is through, I will share eternity with you. If you love me, really love me, then whatever happens, I won't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the wonderful Phil Starr! And the jumpers on keyboards!
Hey? We've got a little song that you can all join in. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do.
exactly drunk it. And then at 9:45 we have our final farewell fuck off. Have a good afternoon.